Hello, it's Jeanette J Beauty and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I trim my hair because many of you said you did want to see how I do it, and my last trim was about 5 months ago, and I just unraveled all my braids and my cornrows for my protective style that lasted for 2 weeks. I absolutely loved this style and it was just so nice, and it was really nice to just let my hair breathe. But now I just unraveled all of the braids, the cornrows, and I definitely have to trim my hair. I mean, I did trim it when it was needed, but I didn't do a full overall trim to all of my hair. So now is definitely the time. I'm going to show you step by step because I do like my hair shaped like this in a heart shape, so you can see there's more volume on the sides and then it just goes down in a V in the back of my hair, and I just absolutely love the way my hair looks, especially when I have those voluminous twist outs and wash and goes. It looks really nice and full and I absolutely love it. I was thinking about flat ironing my hair soon. I'm not sure. I mean, I know I said that last year, but I definitely want to flat iron my hair. I just absolutely love how flowy my hair is, but I want to show you how I trim it. So if you'd like to see, then just keep on watching. The first step that I'm going to do is make sure that my hair is fully detangled, and it was. I combed it with the wide tooth comb as you saw in the beginning of the video. I just find that making sure that my hair is nice and detangled makes it for easy trimming of my hair. And then I'm going to section my hair into quadrants. You know, I absolutely love doing this. It just makes managing my hair so much better, whether I'm styling my hair, washing my hair, or trimming my hair. I do it in sections, and I'm also going to trim my hair in 3 sets. So I like to really make sure that my hair is trimmed really good and also shaped nice so everything flows together. So now that I have my first quadrant, I start in the back. I always start back to front. I have my water bottle that has vegetable glycerin, sweet almond oil, and it has peppermint and rosemary essential oil in it. And spraying these ingredients in my hair is going to help with moisture and also my scalp health. I really want to make sure that my scalp health is good, as well as the overall health and integrity of my hair. Next, I'm going to part a small subsection of hair about 1 inch thick, and this is going to be my first go around with trimming my hair. I'm also going to make sure that my hair is fully detangled, and this is very important to note. You want to make sure that your hair is fully detangled before trimming your hair, and this is how a subsection of hair looks. And then I'm going to divide each subsection of hair in half, and then I'm going to run my fingers through the length of my hair. I'm feeling for any jaggedness, any roughness, or any parts that feel like they just need to go. And this is how the ends of my hair look. And I'm going to take my scissors. Make sure that they are cutting scissors. You don't want to use any like paper scissors, any other scissors other than cutting shears. And then as you see right here, I'm running my fingers throughout the length, and this is about how much I'm going to cut right here. I'm just going to make a nice single clean cut, and then I'm running my fingers through. I'm seeing if there's any jaggedness or if it's not straight. I'm going to make sure that it is a nice clean cut of hair, and then I'm going to continue doing the same to the rest of my hair. So I really want to make sure that I am cutting my hair pretty even in these subsections of hair. So I want to make sure I'm getting rid of the bad ends that need to go first. This is my first go around of a trim, and then I'm making sure that it is even. Each subsection of hair has to be nice and even, and I'm feeling to make sure that I got rid of the bumpiness, any jagged areas, and then I'm going to pull my hair out diagonally, and you see there is a little bit of hair left over. I'm going to cut that. So this is how the first subsection of hair looks, and I'm just going to continue parting subsections of hair throughout, and then I'm going to keep trimming my hair this way, dividing my hair in half. And then I'm going to really focus on any areas that feel really jagged, brittle, that they just need to go. It just feels gross, it feels nasty, and I just don't want it lingering anymore. And I cut about 1 inch typically this first go around. This is really mainly to focus on getting rid of the bad ends in my hair. And with healthy hair, your hair should be nice and smooth. So that's how I know where I need to cut, because the ends, they typically feel a little bit more of that grittiness, and I feel that it's not smooth like I really want them to be. And this is where I know where to cut. And then after I cut my hair, I run my fingers through and make sure that my hair feels nice and smooth, and I don't feel any jaggedness, any brittleness at all. And I remove the clip and comb my hair downwards just to make sure that the ends of my hair were going at at a slant gradually. I don't want to have any choppy ends where you could see that my hair was cut and it doesn't flow. It's not nice and smooth. And looking at that picture, it's called the blending line, and I really want the blending line to flow nice and smooth, as you could see in the diagram. And I'm going to do the same exact process to the rest of my hair. I'm going to make sure that I'm trimming my hair in subsection, and also I'm going to make sure that I'm feeling for any jaggedness, because those are the ends that need to go. Like I said, this is the first go around, and I'm really making sure that I get rid of any damaged ends that need to go. And I also wanted to note that many times I also use my favorite Rattail comb behind the wide tooth comb, just to make sure that all my strands are nice and smooth. Making sure that your hair is nice and smooth before you trim is very, very important. Now that I have finished trimming this section, all I'm going to do is comb my hair out with the wide tooth comb. And you see how I have that nice angle and that blending line? I'm just going to make sure that it's nice and clean. I want to clean the blending line up just so that my hair has a nice gradual flow. So I'm going to take the scissors and just make sure that that happens. Now that I have cleaned that blending line up, that was kind of like my second trim, just really making sure that I follow up and that the blending line is nice and clean. So now I'm going to move on to the rest of my hair, and you see how I have these straggly ends. These are what need to go. And I wanted to show you my hair here, how these ends look. I ended up trimming 2 inches of hair off. So it doesn't really matter at this point how many inches I'm trimming, if it's 1 inch, if it's 2 inches, or if it's 3. If I do have areas of hair that look like this, even right here, you could see that it doesn't look good, and I just have to trim it. So even though you could see there is one area that had like 3 inches that had to go, I really want to make sure that my hair looks nice and healthy. And you could see that some of my hair had to get cut, so it may have been 3 inches, 2 inches, 1 inch that needed to go. But regardless, I'm going to make sure that my hair looks nice and even, and that you see how now it looks really clean. I don't have that jaggedness, and of course there's no choppy ends. So I just really want to make sure that my ends are nice and clean. So typically, as I've already said, I trim about 1 inch this first go round, and then my second trim is really making sure that the blending line is nice and clean when I finish combing out that section of hair, and just really making sure that my hair has a nice diagonal slant that I love. And fast forward, I comb my hair out in this section, and then I make sure that the blending line is nice and clean. As I've already mentioned several times before, I really want to make sure that when I trim my hair and shape it, that it has a nice clean shape and that the blending line is really good. And then fast forward to the front of my hair, I want to show you that there's a section of hair that's really short. So this section right here is obviously very different. I did cut it really short in the beginning of the year, about 1 inch, just because it had some damage that needed to go, and I just cut it off. So I think it was like 6 inches of damage that had to go, and it was just because some of my hair, it looked like it was snagging, it felt brittle, jagged, so I just cut that. But with the other subsection of hair, it wasn't damaged like that, so I didn't need to cut 6 inches of hair off. I just trimmed the normal 1 inch to 2 inches. inches. I'm not going to cut all of that hair off just because that one subsection of hair, but if I do feel that one area of hair is really damaged, it needs to be cut. A lot of it needs to go, whether it's 1 inch to 10 inches, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to cut it off so that section can thrive, but I'm not going to cut the rest of my hair to match that one little subsection of hair, if that makes any sense. Alright, so now that I have trimmed my hair and the subsections, I am ready to trim it as a whole. I want to make sure that the blending line for all of my hair looks really good, not just in each quadrant of hair, but all together as one whole. And now for my last go around with trimming, I'm going to make sure that both halves of my hair are nice and even. So you always know I love to section my hair in 4s, but now I'm going to section my hair in half and just make sure that both halves match each other, because most of the time they don't at all. So what I'm going to do is part my hair in half in the back, and then I'm going to take 2 subsections of hair on either side, and I'm going to match it to each other, because like I said, most of the time they don't even match, and I'm going to make sure that they do match. Many times I end up cutting about 1 inch to maybe 2 inches, because the right side of my hair, it just grows so much faster than the left side. It just does that way. So I want to make sure that the right side is not longer than the left side, so I really like to make sure that both sides match up. And all I do is just really compare both sides to each other, and then I compare it in the middle, so right under my chin, because it's in the middle of my face, and I cut any hair that is overlapping the other section. So like I said, a lot of times I do have to cut 1 inch to 2 inches, because the right side of my hair, it just has always grown faster than the left side of my hair. I'm not sure why, but here is a great example where you could see that there's a lot more hair on the right side than the left. So I did have to cut about 1 inch of hair off on the right side just so that it does match the left side, and I'm going to continue doing this all over my hair. And when I get to the top of my hair, the crown area where I can't really grab 2 pieces across in the middle of my face, I'm going to just trim it right across in one big section of hair, just like this. I'm combing my hair, making sure that it's pulled nice and taut, and then I'm going to trim my hair that way. And then I'm going to leave the crown of hair out, and then I'm just going to compare it to the front of my hair, making sure that that blending line is nice and smooth. When I finish that last go round of trims, I'm just going to comb my hair with the wide tooth comb, making sure that my hair is nice and smooth, and then I'm going to cut any hair that is sticking out. And I have finished trimming and shaping my hair, and I absolutely love the way it came out. Many of you have been asking me who cuts my hair, who shapes my hair, and I have been doing it for the past 3 years, and I will continue to do it because I just really love the control I have over my hair. I absolutely love the way it came out. It's nice and flowy, especially when I have my wash and goes, my twist outs, when I wear my hair nice and big. I just love the way it came out. And it was 5:23 in the morning when I finished trimming my hair, and this is how much hair I have cut. Also, I got these hair gummies complimentary of Hum. These are their Hair Sweet Hair vegan gummies for stronger and healthier hair. It's packed with a lot of vitamins, nutrients, and minerals. So I will be taking these over the next month and letting you know how it works. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!